Good day everyone. Myself Ms. Krupasha, Assistant Professor, Patakala College of Commerce and Management, is going to take up a room expectancy theory in the lecture series. The chapter is Human Relation, Leadership and Motivation, TY BCom Unit 3, and the course is HRM. What you're going to study here is Introduction to Rooms Theory, Valence, Instrumentality, Expectancy, and implication of this theory. So, what is room expectancy theory? The expectancy theory was proposed by Victor Vroom of Yale School of Management in 1964. Vroom stresses and focuses on outcomes and not on needs, unlike Maslow and Herzberg. The theory states that the intensity of a tendency to perform in a particular manner is dependent on the intensity of an expectation that the performance will be followed by a definite outcome and not on the appeal of the outcome of the individual. Expectancy theory states that an individual's motivation is affected by how much they value any reward associated with an action, which is valence, how much they believe that by putting effort into something, they will be able to generate good results, that is expectancy, and how much they believe that generating good result will result in a reward, that is instrumentality. So valence is the preference for achieving the result. Expectancy is the belief that I am going to achieve that result, and instrumentality is the efforts which is put up to get those results. Okay. There are three variables in Vroom's model given in the form of an equation. Since the model is a multiplier, all the three variables must have high positive value to imply motivated performance choices. If any of the variables is zero, the probability of motivated performance tends to be zero. So motivation is equal to valence into expectancy into instrumentality. Motivation is a byproduct of valence, expectancy, and instrumentality. So all these three variables are explained as follows. The first is valence. Valence means the attraction or repulsion of an outcome to the individual. Whenever an individual has preference for a reward, valence is the strength of that preference. The valence is something subjective and varies from person to person. Valence is deemed to be positive for an individual if he prefers attaining the outcome to not attaining it. So V is equal to +1. Valence is 0 if the individual is indifferent towards the outcome. V is equal to 0 if the individual is indifferent to the outcome, whether he is achieving or not achieving. The valence will be negative if the individual prefers not attaining the outcome to attaining it. Means V is equal to -1 if individual is not going to attain or prefer to achieve that outcome. In simple words, we can say that the worker must value the reward as desired and satisfactory. It is not the actual value of the reward, but the perceived value of the reward in the mind of the worker which is important. For example, a person who is more interested in getting recognition for the hard work will not have any valence for cash reward. Second is expectancy. Expectancy is also referred to as the effort performance probability. It refers to the extent to which the person believes his efforts will lead to the first level outcome, that is, completion of the task. Expectancy is the probability that a particular action will lead to the outcome. It is the perception in the mind of the individual of the likelihood that a particular action or behavior will lead to a certain outcome. Since it is an association between effort and performance, its value can range between 0 and 1. If the individual feels that the probability of achieving an outcome is 0, he will not even try. On the other hand, if the probability is higher, he will put more efforts to achieve the desired outcome. The third is instrumentality. Instrumentality refers to the probabilities attached by the individual to each possible performance outcome alternative, just as the individual previously assigned probabilities to various levels of efforts leading to different level of performance expectancy. In simple word, instrumentality refers to the belief and expectations of a person that his performance will lead to a particular desired reward. For example, if an individual wants a promotion and feels that superior performance is very important in receiving the promotion, superior performance is the first level outcome and the promotion is the second level outcome. Superior performance, first level outcome, will be instrumental or responsible in obtaining the desired promotion, that is the second level outcome. The value of instrumentality also varies between 0 and 1, as it is also the probability of achieving the desired outcome. To summarize these three, valence captures the fact that I find this particular outcome desirable because I'm me, and the factors which are associated to get those outcomes or is needs, goals, preferences, values, sources of motivation, and the strength of an individual's preference for a particular outcome. Expectancy is the individual's belief that effort will lead to the intended performance goals. It describes a person's belief that I can do this. Factors associated with the individual expectancy perception are competence, goal difficulty, and control. Instrumentality reflects the person's beliefs that if I accomplish this, I will get that. The desired outcome may come in the form of a pay increase, promotion, recognition, or sense of accomplishment. Having clear policies in place, preferably spelled out in a contract, guarantees that the reward will be delivered if the agreed upon performance is met. What are the implications of this theory? As the relationship suggests, M is the byproduct of VE and I, the valence, expectancy, and instrumentality. Motivational force will be highest when all the three factors are high, and the force will be reduced when any one or more of valence, expectancy, and instrumentality approaches zero. The management will recognize and determine the situation as it exists and take steps to improve upon these factors for modification of behavior so that highest value can be achieved individually. The manager can correlate the preferred outcomes to the aim performance level. The manager must ensure that the employees can achieve the aim performance levels. The deserving employees must be rewarded for their exceptional performance. The managers must ensure that the employees can achieve the aim performance levels. The deserving employees must be rewarded for their exceptional performance. The reward system should be fair and just in an organization. Organization must design interesting, dynamic and challenging jobs. The employees' motivation level should be continually assessed through various techniques such as questionnaire, personal interviews, etc. These are the references from which the notes have been taken. Thank you so much. Hope you have understood the lecture. Thank you so much for listening to it. Stay blessed and safe. Thank you.